I wanted to just make freestyles, but then I got used to
Violation recordings.
you know what I mean? I was gonna say, I wanted to say violation diss tracks. Yeah, man, I got used to that, and then I don't know, it just started to happen. It just started to pop off, and I feel for me personally, doing what I do, like listening to myself back, I'm like, to be put in that circumstance, like the cheek of it. It's like me, I'd like to rewind the clock and be like, there ain't no way you thought that was acceptable to say to me. And it's mad when people try to, or they think they can, like, it's like, now I sort of, I'm in a, I'm in a space, in a way of thinking, by saying that, you would never say what you would say to me personally, bro. Like, I'm not trying to sound like the bravest, darkest, coldest guy out here, but because I'm like the scene's Scorpion, like I'm the rage and aggression from Scorpion, I gotta represent. I just have to accept the reality sometimes that, unfortunately for me, having the storyline that I have, being pushed into this narrative, I didn't get a chance to socialize with many aspiring, entrepreneurs or businessmen the way a lot of people over there do. And then, when you talk about other people overseas, over the pond, like in other countries, and you talk about them not playing no games, them not messing around. When I got to certain places, I did get to see some people that meant what they said.
It's just frustrating for me when you're trying to think of this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
for content purposes, obviously, when you try and say, let's not get aggravated today, let's make something interesting out of it, like, what we've gone through, because everything that you hear in these freestyles, I've gone through it in a certain sense. I say I want to be the best version of myself, because why not? I believe I'm the best version of myself. I think I think when you sort of
come out of your teenage years,
you start to understand where you stand with certain people. In some circumstances, it's not, it's never you never do anything, it just happens. I'll go into this. So basically, yeah, from the top, run that one from the top, yeah?
People,
Yeah!
are you ready for Bomberclad War?
Yeah, and again. Please stop business. Taking a piss. Dyno's been away for a bit. I came back in like man's just been resurrected. Reborn on the map so they can get these bars like this. That man, they've been hating on me. I them told man. It's entertaining. The way I go in, the way I murder these freaks. These man there, they're behind like fool. That man there, been coming at me, but that man there when the rap they stand shit. Basic, they can't spit like this. They got flow like this. More time they ain't got swagger like this. I've got swagger like nobody else. Now I'm the one there. They want to try mimic. You can remix my bar, but please don't spit it. I don't want to hear those lyrics.
so basically, what I meant was,
if there are certain men out here that are better than you, like high value men, yeah, high value men, right? Real men that have come up from the bottom, have gone through, let's say, like they work really hard to get where they are. None of these men that are to themselves, that project confidence, that know how to get it right. Like, men of value just know how to make it happen. They know how to get it right. So they will not sit there in a room and outright say, I'm better than you because I'm a high value man. All they're gonna sit there is say, I have worked really hard to be here.
I get the ick whenever I think about high value men.
Not in a negative sense, but like in a sense of like when I was standing next to my bro in that room and that piece of shit walked over to me and was like, what's the shit you've been saying about me? I'm like, I like to break down, like the characteristics of a simp, the characteristics of a piece of shit. And Cads adopted those qualities. Like, I'm not sure if Cads was brought up, that's what Cads wanted to be. But it was exactly what CADS was. So, and that you can too. A fan, on the other hand, a piece of shit, or hater, right? Now, those type of people are the sort of people that can talk about you. They can watch your every move. They will talk
definite shit.
And even the very people that are like,
what are these people talking about? What are these people on? What are they smoking? Because they have too much free time on their hands. They're not watching Tristan or Andy Tate. They're not watching them.
And because they're not listening to them, because they're like, they have to,
they have to, it's one of those things where they are just gonna be keyboard sluts, bro. They're just gonna sit there and type away and, put their stupid talk on the internet.
Basically.
So they will talk shit, High value men
will do the next best thing, and that's air them out. Like, they'll just sit there and let them talk their shit. Like what Dyno does. But I feel like even when I'm in character mode and I'm spitting these raw bars and I'm violating my enemies and I'm talking about how the Matrix has been exposed. When I say the Matrix has been exposed, I'm talking about being in these facilities and these little rats doing shit for free. It's like... That's one of the things that really pushed me to become the Predator. That's what really, put the spotlight on me. So when the camera pans on me and I turn around and I'm looking at this shit, right? Then then the camouflage is gone. I'm not invisible no more. You can see and you can hear me. I'm the Predator in this jungle, bro. And all these frauds, they are prey.
It's too much, man. It's too
Hey, if they didn't want to be vandalized, they wouldn't have came at me with the bullshit.